Hey there, welcome to PCMag Live. I'm Samara Lynn here with Sasha Segan, and welcome to today's show. As usual, we have the top trending tech news. We answer one of your questions, and we have one cool thing to show you. So let's get started right with Monday morning news. Sasha, Galaxy Note 4 announcement?
Yes, the invites just went out for Samsung Unpacked at Germany's IFA trade show. That's going to be the Samsung Galaxy Note 4 announcement on September 3rd. And so our Alex Cologne is going to be at that show, so he'll watch the announcement and he'll have hands-on with the device, hopefully. The rumors so far say that the Galaxy Note 4 has a 5.7-inch Quad HD Super AMOLED screen, a 16-megapixel camera, and a Snapdragon 805 processor. To which I say, why only 5.7 inches? Make it 6 inches, make it 22 inches, and you have to strap it to your back.
And of course, we'll likely get a device in here and review it and all the good stuff, right?
Yeah, at some point down the road. Now, my biggest curiosity about the Galaxy Note 4 is what Samsung is going to do to keep the S Pen going. That is really what makes their Galaxy Note line different, the stylus support, and whether they're going to have any new tricks with the stylus that'll really be compelling. That's something I'm going to be watching for on September 3rd.
There you go. And please join us for all of the announcements from IFA, from IFA, and all for the review. That'll be all upcoming. Now, from the land of kind of sort of tech creepy, in a good way, Google found apparently child porn in someone's email, and they ended up turning this guy into the police.
Yeah, so there's multiple levels of creepy here. So let's start with the creepy creep. Yeah. And the creepy creep is this guy in Houston who is a registered sex offender and apparently was emailing child porn, which shows his, low knowledge of online security, but we'll just let that slide. Google, as you know, automatically scans your Gmail. So apparently they have routines that are looking at the images in your Gmail. And they spotted 3 questionable images in the Gmail and contacted the cops. The cops got a warrant and they found more child pornography at his house. And the guy is in big trouble, which is, now that's good. The bad creepy is the fact that they aren't just scanning sex offenders' emails. They're probably doing this to everyone.
Right.
And in fact, they're being sued in California right now for scanning students' email in Google Apps for Education for ad delivery because that may violate student privacy laws.
And what's the ad delivery? Can you just touch on that? What is that exactly, Sasha?
Yeah, okay, so the ads on top of your Gmail are based on the content in your email. A lot of people may not notice that, but it's actually, you can kind of hack it. If you start sending emails about something, you can watch the ads change. And if you go to your spam folder, there's a disproportionate number of ads for spam recipes, which is hilarious. But in any case, Google is watching. And at what point do they go over the line, and are they watching at a level that makes you uncomfortable?
Yeah, I mean, does that make you uncomfortable? Let us know in the comments. I mean, there's going to be a lot to keep our eyes on this this development. So our third story, there's been, speaking of developments, a shocking development with the LG G Watch.
Yes, okay, so this is not the first consumer electronics product I have seen in 10 years, which has accidentally shocked people. But apparently the body of the G Watch has been irritating people's wrists because of a current running through it. And so they felt irritated or slightly shocked by it, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. And so in a firmware update, they're turning off the current while the watch is not charging to make it feel a little more inert.
And that's the crazy thing, because when I first read this story, I'm thinking, how would a firmware update resolve something like that? You would think that would be strictly hardware, but like you said, it's actually controlling the amount of current in the device. So
right. My question is, why were they running current through the body of the phone while
Good question.
I mean, through the body of the watch while people were wearing it?
Good question.
Yes.
Good question. It was also the update, I still think doesn't fix a lot of the corrosion issues that people are experiencing.
I mean, this just shows how still like 0.1 all of these smartwatches are.
Yeah.
You know, we haven't had a glowing review for any of these smartwatches yet. Our best review has been, mildly pleased, and it just shows there's still a ways to go before we should say everybody pick one of these things up.
There you go. And I guess on to our viewer question. Sasha?
Sure.
Yeah.
Charles asks on YouTube, I would think that a USB device, especially one inside a secure building, would be significantly more secure than a network storage solution of any kind. You wonder what Charles is trying to get at or set up here.
You know, I would say, Charles, yes and no. Obviously, when you have something, you know, physical, you're very much in control of the security of locking it behind closed doors, someone accessing it. However, I think in general, especially for businesses, I think a NAS is definitely the way to go as far as security and data redundancy. I mean, with a NAS, most NASs today support encryption, very high level encryption. Even these NAS devices that have these cloud access, that cloud makes an encrypted tunnel, so you can be away from your NAS physically and you still have an encrypted connection back to the data on it. So I wouldn't say necessarily true, and definitely not for a business.
That said, though, your NAS is only as safe as your stupidest user's stupid password.
Absolutely, absolutely. And owning a NAS means, of course, being a good NAS administrator. That means making password complexity. A lot of these NASs have antivirus that you can install, so it means really it's still up to you. The ball's in your court.
Yeah.
So great question. So let's go to our one cool thing here.
Our cool thing is the Epson Moverio BT-200. Oh, wait a minute, sorry. Thank you, Elmo. You've been very helpful. The Epson Moverio BT-200 Glasses. Since I can no longer read anything with these things on, why don't you tell us about them, Samara?
So apparently this is a $700 pair of smart glasses. And what we've been calling it, or what the analysts called it, is a combination of Google Glass and Oculus Rift. It's from Epson. You can view content front and center on this floating 80-inch perceived screen. Has Wi-Fi, Bluetooth connectivity.
Yeah, I mean, one of the important things here is that this is actually an Android device. So this is a touchpad for interaction, and it can run Android APKs, Android apps, on this virtual projection screen in front of your face. So it's not just a display like the Oculus Rift, and it's not a sort of crippled platform like Google Glass. And so, yeah, Epson wants to see, once more, this is not really a consumer device. Epson wants to see what kind of applications people are going to develop for a full version of Android that floats in front of your face.
That looks great on him, doesn't it? That looks much better on you than Elmo.
Thank you.
So anyway, thank you, Sasha. And that's pretty much it for our show. Thanks a lot for joining us, and we'll see you tomorrow.